The last question I want to address is that I got a phone call from a listener that I have a lot of Sovryn Tech and of Free Talk Live. So the phone call was to Free Talk Live on a Sunday night a couple weeks back. A guy I have tremendous respect for. He asked a very valid question of me on the show, on the Sunday night show, which I regularly host. And he called in and he said, he's like, Brian, you keep calling yourself a feminist. He's like, why do you do that? Don't you think that's a pretty inaccurate term? Don't you think that's problematic? And it's something I had been meaning, because I had gotten other emails about this. Like, why do you call yourself a feminist? I can't believe you do this. I had gotten other emails about it. And so I was glad he called and asked, because it gave me the chance to really express, not just to the Sovryn Tech audience, but to the Free Talk Live audience, why I do identify with that term. And I want to address that here. Quickly, because I don't think it takes long to explain. My reasons for calling myself a feminist are, and my affiliation, I guess, with feminist history and feminist thought is that it's the only school of thought, philosophical school of thought. Okay. And it is that. I mean, look at Emma Goldman. That's philosophy. It's the only one that has attempted to attack social conventions, or not attack, but to question them and to process them. Social conventions like marriage, family, the idea of, mom, dad, of even really sexual issues. Okay. All these social conventions that we have that we consider, normal, with or without religion. Because sometimes the state props these things up, right? Like the state loves you getting married. I'm not, and please, again, I'm not knocking marriage. If you're married, I know people that have tremendous, very happy marriages, and their marriages don't keep them from having fun with other people too, frankly. So I'm not knocking marriage. I'm just saying in general, that the state loves the fact that people get married, loves the fact that they have children. All this stuff, they love the fact that you work all the time, and so they can collect taxes on you. All this business. Okay. And so, no one questions, actually the lovely and hyper intelligent Dr. Stephanie Murphy has a funny phrase for this, and she calls it the marriage industrial complex. Okay. And it's clever because it makes you wonder, like, yeah, how much is the nuclear family, the family, the normal family as we know it, even if, let's say, it's a mom and a mom, it's a lesbian couple or it's a gay couple, even, or, homosexual couple, whatever way you want to phrase it. Even if it's that, how much does that institution propagate the state? Okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you being married. All right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's a school of thought. There's only one school of thought that I know of throughout history that questioned those things. Okay. And that questioned whether or not humans are meant to just be baby makers, or maybe we can evolve beyond that. All those kinds of things. Okay. There's so many social conventions that feminism addresses. You read the works of like Emma Goldman and you'll find out about them. Okay. So that's really where my, that's where I come from in using that term, mainly. Okay. There's plenty of other issues as well, that I identify with, and that I'm concerned about. I've talked about rape culture before, and if you need an example of rape culture, the TSA. Totally societally accepted. And they admittedly pull, conventionally beautiful people out of line to feel them up. Yeah, you want to call that molestation, fine, but that's a pretty fine line to draw. Okay, between rape and molestation. You might as well call it, really, fine. Is it rape when they take the blue glove and they start doing cavity searches? Yeah. Okay. Or when you have in New Mexico, when you have a guy who gets multiple colonoscopies to find drugs. He gets multiple colonoscopies. Colonoscopies are, life-threatening procedures. These aren't things you just do. You certainly don't do 2 or 3 of them, to a guy when clearly there's no sign of drugs in the guy's ass. All right. And so the only philosophy that discusses rape culture is feminism, okay, by a name. Now, we can come up with another term, the term individualist. I dig that. I'm all for that. We can come up with, gender equality, all that stuff, but that doesn't really surround, like, how do we talk about social conventions in general? Okay, and like gender conventions and things like that. How do we surround all of that? Just saying individualist and things of that nature. Yeah, maybe that works, but it doesn't like really say it. So, but anyway, I just wanted you to know where I come from on that. Okay. I don't come from it as men are assholes, men are evil, kill them all. That's not where I come from on that issue. Okay. So I hope that clarifies that, and I'll be back with more.
Hey, Brian, what's that funny sticker over your laptop webcam? I was trying to spy on you while you were in the shower, but now I can't.
See, that's why I have it. And it's from EFF.org.
EFF, what's that?
It's the Electronic Frontier Foundation, totally donor-funded organization that fights for internet freedom, privacy.
Wow, that sounds great. So EFF.org, I support internet freedom and privacy, and maybe you do too.
Yeah, and you can support them with Bitcoin.
The Electronic Frontier Foundation at EFF.org.